Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Becky and Chuck here on behalf of Pacific Cremation. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and I'm glad that you're able to make it in, and nice to have you here. You know, Becky's always like the spokesperson.
Well, there's a good reason for that.
Well, it's nice to have you anyway.
Thank you.
Tell me, I'll have you each introduce yourself and what you do for Pacific Cremation. So.
Sure. I'm Chuck Ricciardi. I am the president and co-owner of Pacific Cremation Services, which is a sister brand of OConnor Mortuary.
Right, okay. And Becky?
And I am Becky Lamacca. I'm the Director of Grief Support and Education. So I provide resources to the community, both for OConnor Mortuary and for Pacific Cremation Services, grief support, grief resources, connecting people with support groups, therapists.
Right, okay, yeah, we had a little Christmas special that we did some time ago
We
regarding
did.
grief and the holidays, and that was
Yes.
great. So it's nice that you have someone within your business that can help people along. So I think that's very helpful. Is that normal for people to have that, or is that not the case?
It's not. It's very unique. The O'Connor family really wanted a way many years ago to give back to the community, and they thought the best way they could do that is through education and through resources. And so probably one of the first funeral homes in the country to create a position like mine, and there are actually only a handful of firms who have somebody like me in a position within the mortuary.
You think they would, given the nature of what they're dealing with.
Yeah, it's good business all around. It's a huge gift to the community, and like I said, it's good business as well.
And you're full of resources, which is nice, because if somebody
Absolutely.
can't find something, you can help direct them. So let's talk about one of the services that you guys do provide, and it's for veterans and their families. So just tell me like an overview of what it is.
Well, at Pacific Cremation Services, we're a cremation brand, so that's what we specialize in. But with veteran families, they're always near and dear to our heart. Memorial Day is coming up. Obviously one of the things is help families get interred at national cemeteries. Veterans have the opportunity free of charge, along with their spouses or a significant other family member, one other significant other family member, to be interred free of charge.
Okay.
Riverside National and Miramar in San Diego are probably the two closest national cemeteries to our families here in South Orange County.
Okay.
And so we offer that service and take care of that.
So now, who is eligible for this? Is it members of a veteran or a veteran themselves, or how does that work?
Again, it's the veteran themselves. If you've been honorably discharged from the armed services and served our country, you are eligible to be buried. Usually it's within 70 miles of your residence, whatever those cemeteries are around there. And again, their spouse. It's 95% of the times their spouse, but it could be a minor child.
Okay.
Could also be interred with a veteran.
Okay, great. And then what type of services are provided? Now I know there's a variety of different things they could choose from. What do you suggest, or what's available?
Again, with the O'Connor brand, everything's on the table, from visitation, reception, vigil services, funeral services, those types of things. With Pacific Cremation Services, the gravesite event occurs at the cemetery. There is what's called a shelter that's there. You don't go to the actual gravesite of where your loved one's going to be interred that day. You go to a set, teed up shelter for the event and service.
Okay.
And then your loved one is interred, and it can be either a cremation, a urn burial, or a casketed burial as well. They also have what's called niches, which is like a wall called a columbarium, where an urn can be placed, or they do in-ground interments as well.
Okay, so some of the options I noticed, you can do the salute with the rifles. You can do that?
Yes. Honor guards are certainly available for any veteran. That is usually done at the cemetery.
Okay.
That being said, sometimes if a veteran isn't going, or the family isn't going that day, that honor guard can be done at a church or even our chapel.
Okay, and then you could do the flag over a casket, even if they aren't doing a casket or a burial, or how does that work?
Great question, Lisa. We can incorporate the flag in the pre-folded triangle when an urn is involved, and so that is placed either next to the urn, or it can be displayed on its own pedestal And you are correct. If it's a casket service, then it's draped as the picture shows over the casket.
Okay, because I was wondering how that worked.
Yeah.
I think one of the really nice things that Pacific Cremation Services does for veterans and particularly for the families to see is that when a loved one dies and we will ask, is your person a veteran? And they say yes, we have a drape that we place over the person at that time when we're transferring them from the home into the mortuary. So even at that moment before services begin, we are honoring that veteran.
All right, that's awesome. So if somebody wanted more information, is it best for them to go to your website or give you guys a call?
Either or both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
We're available.
Yes, and
24/7 to help anyone in need. Our website certainly has a lot of information on there. One of the quick things, if I may, one of the things we've just started, which we think is very neat and powerful, and it's been received well, is retiring flags with veterans during the cremation. And so there's a certificate that we end up giving to the family with a actual piece of the actual flag that was retired with their loved one. And it's a new initiative, but it's just been received tremendously well. And
that's great.
It's kind of a neat
Very,
thing.
very symbolic.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you both. Appreciate the information.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
All right. And if you want more information about any of the veterans services that we've discussed, please go to pacificcremationservices.com. We'll be right back.